Yo, what's going on, YouTube friends and family? Hope everybody's doing great, having a great weekend. For those of you that celebrate Halloween, happy Halloween. This is
Happy
another
Halloween.
edition, another episode of the Kenny Manny Show. I'm saying it again, it's another episode of the Kenny Manny Show. Yo, Manny, what's going on? How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good, brother. Taking it easy. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful day.
I'm all right.
You know,
That
it's another day, man. We alive, so I can't complain, man. It's just
blessings,
it's just a
blessings.
beautiful thing,
That's a
man.
good outlook.
Blessings on blessings at
Absolutely,
this point. Yes, sir,
absolutely.
man. And you
There's
already
times
know,
that we
bro.
look at what we, there's times that we look at what we don't have, and we gotta, be blessed that we have health. Because with health, everything comes after. But
Everything comes after that, man. Health equals wealth, man. And on that note,
absolutely.
it's another day, another dollar, baby. So you already know, man. So
Woo!
what's
Another
up?
day, another.
Let's get right into it, man. Y'all see the title?
Let's get right to it, man. Jada Pinkett Smith, man. And I
Mm-mm-mm.
like her movies. I'm a fan. She's a brilliant, articulate woman, but she's off. She is off to the fifth power. This is why a
Yikes.
lot of men, especially in the manosphere, men in general, are being hesitant of marriage because it may be cool, may be cute the first 2 years, but the challenge is it going to have longevity 5, 10, 50, 20 years from now? Man, I know
Mm-mm.
three men, not to scare anybody, but it requires self awareness, guys. You're going to get married, self awareness. It's possible to last, but you got to have that self awareness. But Manny, you already know Jada Pinkett Smith talking about Will Smith's sex game, man. How do you feel about that? What do you think
Well,
about that? Is she capping? What the hell?
yikes, man. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I'll keep it like this, man. For me, very simple is whatever happens in your marriage, whatever happens in your sex life, that is something to be shared and communicated amongst those that are participating. And that's it. Whether
Say it
you
one more
are,
time. One more
one more
time.
time, man, one more time for those who didn't hear clearly. So, conversations about relationship or what happens in the bed is for that to stay in the in within those that are participating. Again, for
Thank you.
those that are participating. Now, on that note, you're gonna have people that are, swingers. We've heard rumors of that, like of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, whatever, of rumors like
Yikes.
that. Hey, if you guys are doing that swinging stuff, fine, but it stays within that realm. If it's
Exactly.
a threesome,
Exactly.
foursome, swingers, whatever the case may be, that is meant to stay within that
Exactly.
world. Keep it
Correct.
there. Keep it in house. Almost like the saying, right? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. The
Exactly.
moment that you take it outside of that, you're creating a break.
Right.
Now that's where the leakage can occur, and that's when a whole lot of other
Right.
stuff. Will
Right.
Smith has been a trooper, from what I can see in other videos and other Red Talk tables and stuff like
Right.
that.
Very
But
classy,
man,
productive stuff.
she's out of pocket, man. Now, granted, I will admit I haven't kept up with everything, so I know I'm pretty sure there's some things are going to be taken out of context, but
Of
the fact
course.
still remains that there's a perception there of of what she is. She's a little hot tamale. She has some needs
Right.
and stuff like that, and
Right.
apparently he may not be fulfilling all her needs. But this is not the first time we've heard this about her, right? There was rumor
Right.
how she was like in love with Tupac and stuff like that, but yeah, man,
Right.
that for me it's as simple as that, man. You keep it
Right.
in house. No need to go ahead and start spreading all that kind of stuff
Correct.
out there, man. I don't know how he's still with it, to be quite honest. But what's your thought on that, bro?
Correct. Just to add to the last part you said in regards to him, why still being with her could be from a financial perspective. Maybe he doesn't want to deal with that ugly divorce. Maybe it's an image thing. But in regards to you said it perfectly. It's at that concept. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What's between you and
Mm-hmm.
your partner stays between your partner. Ultimately, you guys know each other best. Once you start involving other parties, then you start involving other opinions, especially when they're not qualified. You know what gets me, bro?
Exactly.
When women, and this is Jada Pinkett Smith is not the only one, when they mention marital problems, relationship problems to their homegirls or other friends, and then these particular people want to give advice that they're not even qualified for. A lot of
Exactly.
times, people are seeking advice from people that are not qualified or do not have the qualifications. All I gotta say is, listen, man. If he's not doing his thing in the bedroom, that's between them. I personally feel like it's not that he's not capable. It's just when you're having intimacy with the same person for like 3 decades, it's difficult to have that same enthusiasm. Or it could
I
be
can see
maybe
that.
what is busy. Maybe he's
Hmm.
busy, he's traveling, and maybe he's not sufficient time because ultimately they are celebrities. They still got to maintain relevance for them to keep getting money, because
Exactly.
as a celebrity, it's not like you're a celebrity forever. You got to be innovative. You got to keep in touch
Exactly.
with all the trends. So Will Smith has a lot on his plate. So maybe he's not really thinking about that, and it's
Fair
it
enough.
becomes more of a companionship than an intimacy. When you're with somebody 3 decades, you're not thinking about sex. And from a biological perspective, you see when women's sex drive goes up, once they get to the 30s, 40s, 50s, that concept of cougars, right? Even prime example, Jada
Hmm.
Pinkett Smith having, intimacy. She was having sex with dudes younger. She's always been into like younger dudes and stuff like that. So that,
Hmm.
there's cougars out there. As they get older, they start to learn their body more, what they like more as compared to a 20 something year old where, they're not really they don't have that sex drive as a 40-year-old woman. That's according to the research and my personal experience dating older women. I always notice older women tend to want to do more freaky things than as a
Yeah.
girl that's 20s, early
Every
20s,
single night. Every
you know?
Yeah,
Whatever.
man.
That helps you memorize that.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah, man. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. And I think I think the thought process behind it is that women as they age, and again, some of you ladies, please feel free to comment on tell us what you think, or your perspective from our understanding and some of the research there. And again, you can Google this stuff. Is that women are more, they're more at one with their body. They're not as, you know, like
Insecure.
afraid and stuff like that, or insecure. Yeah, there you go. That's the right word. They're not like insecure about their bodies. When like they're in their 20s, they're usually more insecure about a lot of
They're
things.
more shy.
Yeah,
They're more
yeah,
shy, to be honest.
shy, insecure, and
Right.
stuff like that. One little peck of stretch mark, they're kind of freaking out and stuff like
They're
that. They
freaking
don't
out. They're
even want to
freaking the
wear.
hell out.
Yeah, they don't want to wear bikinis and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Well, now of course we have seen a little bit of a change in recent history with some of the girls now with twerking and all that stuff, but that's a different conversation for a different day.
Correct.
But yeah, that's normally what we see. Then, whereas a cougar and I don't think, hey, by no means do I think a 40-year-old is a cougar at this point. Granted, hey, I'm 34, so that's actually within my realm. Um, but yeah, I just think that yeah, they're more confident stuff like that. So I think that it plays a huge part in that. But
Right.
yeah,
They have
bro.
more
I mean,
space. They know what they want. They're more comfortable in their skin.
hmm
I noticed the difference. So I
yeah,
mean, the insecurity is always going to be there, but they don't. It's not in comparison to a 20-something-year-old or a teenage girl. You know what I'm saying? Her brain is
exactly,
not fully developed. You get what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
but
And
it's
yeah,
crazy how Jada Pinkett Smith continues to it's questionable. Is she doing this for clout? Is she doing this to remain relevant? Is she doing this for attention? She continues to dehumanize or at least um talk shit about Will Smith. And I'm like,
yeah,
if you genuinely want it to work behind closed doors, there's no need to
exactly,
constantly put it out in public. I personally feel like
definitely,
there's an agenda, there's a hidden agenda, probably wants more attention by any
possibly,
means.
man. Possibly, I think you're right, man. I think there has to be something there because she has that whole red talk table or red table talk, whatever that thing is called.
Right.
I think she has that right, and I think maybe there's a lack of content that maybe she wants to kind of stir
Of
things
course.
up and
Of
get something
course.
out there.
This is the social media
Unfortunately,
age.
yeah, and unfortunately, it comes at the expense of Will Smith at this point. Honestly, man, everybody to each his own. But I personally would not be able to sustain that. That this man is pretty strong for dealing with shit like that, bro. Because I don't know how he does it. Me personally, I would have been out. They both have money. They both got their kids are grown, so they can pretty much, hey, you want a younger dude, get the step, and I'll step. You know what I mean? If that's the
Correct.
case. But yeah, man, at this point, she's just swinging, bro. She on some, like you say, bro, on some Reddick Bow type shit. How you figure that?
How
Like,
you
come on,
figure
man.
that? You know,
So yeah, she got to cut that
it's
crap out,
insane,
man.
bro. It's
Yeah.
insane. I mean, and what the reason why I don't like this being on a public platform is because a lot of women are going to get influenced by this, and before you know it,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to see women doing the same exact thing, calling out their husbands, their long-term boyfriends, and saying that they're
Mm-hmm.
not complying, they're not doing what they have to do in the bedroom, and so they're not instead of keeping it private and personal, because not for nothing, monkey see, monkey do. You see a high
Yep.
prolific figure on these platforms being
Mm-hmm.
vocal about their sex life, especially in the brown and black community. We tend to be influenced by these figures. So we see the Jada
Mm-hmm.
Pinkett Smith conducting themselves that way. We're going to emulate and do the exact same thing. And unfortunately, from what I'm hearing, Will Smith is actually, even though he hasn't verbally came public, but he's, from my understanding, not sure how true this is, but I've been seeing things saying that he even thought about taking his own life based on his marriage or, the
Whoa.
stress. That's what I've heard as well. I don't know how true that is. Quote that if
Yeah.
people want to correct me, but I've heard things like
Yeah.
that Will Smith it's affecting him. I mean, what women don't realize is men, we know how to separate sex and loving somebody. And so when a man loves a
Mm-hmm.
woman, he loves a woman. He really
Exactly.
does. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Once
Definitely.
we invest in the relationship, we're all in. And so when a woman acts this way or they leave us, it affects us. It takes a toll because we know how to
Yeah.
separate sex from actually caring for somebody and wanting to commit to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think for us, I think it's more so it just happens naturally. I don't think it's something that we learn or something that we know how to do because we studied it or anything like that. I just think as men, I think it's in our nature that we can. For us, we see a girl that looks attractive. I was like, well, wow, man, I'm totally down to sleep with that person, but it's like I don't have to have any sort of, you know, like emotional attraction to that person.
Right.
They're physically enticing, whatever. It's like, okay, boom, let's go. I'm ready. But then you can have your wife where you truly love. And I think that also there might be a correlation with that. I know we spoke about this before, where as far as men, women are generally the ones that put, divorce papers, right? They're the ones that
70%
initiate
of
it.
the time, Manny.
Yeah,
70% of the time.
exactly. So men kind of they're in it for the long run. As far as from we can see. Granted, not to say that they don't do shady crap. It happens, but they're willing to deal with it and kind of try to work it out more than females at this point, right?
Right.
So yeah,
Based on what
man,
we see, the
that's
patterns that we're seeing.
hmm definitely comes off that way. But based on those kind of just putting that practice in place, we totally see that, man. But so what do you think, man? So what do you think at this point Will Smith should do? Now, granted, again, as far as that part that you shared with me, I did not know that was the case. I don't know
Right.
how, I cannot, confirm nor deny that myself. I have not looked
We'll
into
dive
that.
deep into it, but these are
Um,
speculations. These are what other content
yeah.
creators are saying. So I'm not sure how accurate that is because a lot of these content creators are focused primarily on views and entertaining
Mm-hmm.
the audience. So I mean, if this is true, my prayers and I wish nothing but the best with Will Smith. He's entertained me throughout the years. Great. He's was made great music, great movies. One of the best actors
Mm-hmm.
right now, and alive. In my personal opinion, he's gotten better. He's
Yeah.
aged gracefully. Right. That's the thing
Oh
about
yeah.
men. Men age like wine. So from a career and acting perspective, he's improved all his movies. One of my personal
Mm-hmm.
favorites is Ali. I've heard a lot of people don't like it, but personally, I felt like he did a phenomenal job in Ali. That's one of
Mm-hmm.
my favorite movies. Pursuit of Happiness, right?
That was
Bad
a really
Boys.
good one.
It's one of the few actors, and he has one
Mm-hmm.
coming up based on Serena Venus Williams.
Yeah.
He's actually one of the
Yep.
few actors that knows how to be funny and also be serious. There's very
Mm-hmm.
few actors that can do that. From my understanding,
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx can do it. Samuel
Yeah.
Jackson can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to the African American Black community, man. I personally feel like they're the best actors, in my personal opinion. Denzel,
Yeah.
they're too talented.
Denzel's my favorite actor. Yep. So
These,
yeah.
these people are too talented, too talented.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I agree.
I wish him the best. Well, what should he do? Just to answer your question, sorry that I went around. He should
Mm-hmm.
definitely, honestly, divorce. But if he hasn't done it, it's got to be for a reason. Could be for maybe financial perspective. Could be for media perspective. Maybe he's waiting for something, waiting for the perfect time. But me personally, what I could say he should, we should, I could, all this BS. But
Shoulda, woulda,
ultimately,
coulda. Yep.
exactly. Ultimately, he knows the reason as to why he's not doing what he's doing. So
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's mind boggling. But again, that is not for us to know. That is for them to discuss and within
their
themselves.
personal life.
Exactly, man. We're just here sharing our thoughts on it because now it's obviously public information, and you guys know we like to cover situations like that.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, right, we're looking to how can we improve and understand this thing we call life. But again, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure to comment down below. Let us know what are your thoughts. What would you do if you were in his situation, in Will Smith's situation? Again, he is one of my favorite actors. My number one favorite actor is Denzel, followed by The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and then Will Smith.
Yes.
And Will Smith, I grew up watching Will Smith, man. So I like he has a
That's
special
right.
place. You guys might not. I don't know if you guys can see. In fact, I'll show you right here really quick, so you guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys take a look at my jersey right there, that jersey is from
Fresh
his number
Prince.
14, Fresh Prince. So obviously I got it in white and black. It's not the original yellow, but just kind of lets you know, yeah, like I really mess with Will like that.
Of
Um,
course. And we want to see him
but yeah,
recover
man,
from this. This is
definitely,
depressing, but
man.
we want to see him recover. We want to see him continue to entertain us. And
Yes,
he's one of the best right now to do it. So my prayers go out to him, his family. I'm not
definitely.
saying that Jada Pinkett Smith is a shitty person or a bad person. We don't know.
No,
Maybe
yeah,
she's battling internal demons. I'm a type of
yeah,
person I don't like to be biased. I don't like to just take one person's side. Both genders obviously have their needs, and hopefully they can come to agreement, and so they can be happy. So that's all I
definitely.
gotta say about that.
All right, man. On that note, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. Click on that notification bell so you guys are
Do it,
getting our updates. But you already know,
sir.
man. Another day, another dollar, baby.
Holla.